on, everybody? We are here finally after a very, very long week at work. We're back here at Six Flags Over Texas. Like I had covered in the pre-trip vlog yesterday, we're gonna be doing 2 videos today. First, we're gonna start out with our full park review today. It's gonna be great because this place is fucking packed. It's Saturday, so you can kind of imagine how packed this place is. We're gonna go to Titan first and then work our way back. We'll be reviewing all the roller coasters here. It's a 2021 review. We did one last year, but new park president, you know, new review. So we're gonna head over to Titan and let's have some fun. All right, so we just got off Titan. That was pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty fun. First ride of the day, really fun. Let's talk a little bit about the ride. The chain lift hill. Strengths are pretty good, lap bars with a seatbelt, so it's not too bad. Not a lot of, you know, air time in that ride, but I mean, it is a fun ride. Operations were fairly good. It was a walk-on pretty much. So I kind of got lucky because as soon as I'm getting off the ride, the place was like packed. So yeah, I mean, it was a good ride. It's a fun ride. The drop is kind of meh, you know, but it could always be better. But the drop is, I'm trying not to really talk down on the ride because it's a really fun ride, but it's not a really intense ride. So if you're one of these riders that, you know, just like to have fun, this ride would be great for you. If you're one of these riders that's intensity, airtime, speed, lateral forces, this Titan has some lateral forces on the double helix. It's pretty intense. But aside from that, it's meh. But from an enthusiast point of view, it's a fun ride. So something to really think about. Not a bad ride, it's a fun ride. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. I think that's what I gave it last time. Nothing's really changed with the ride. Everything's pretty much the same. So we're just gonna stick with a 6 out of 10. And now we're gonna move on to the RMC of the park, New Texas Giant. Alright, man, just got off New Texas Giant. Great freaking ride. Met another enthusiast in the process, so that's good that I can be out here making friends during this crazy time. Great ride, like amazing ride. It was actually really smooth compared to the rides I've had in the past. It was very smooth. The air time was more noticeable. A lot of fun, a lot of good things happening today. Yeah, the operations were pretty good, pretty quick, in and out. I used my flash pass, skipped the line, and I waited maybe 10 minutes and then got on, and here we are. So it's great. Yeah, it was just so much fun. The airtime was there, no intensity, but it was fun. I'm gonna give this ride, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. It went really great. So we're gonna make our way over to the Yeti, Runaway Mountain. All right, man, so I want to talk a little bit more about Texas Giant. I was kind of in a hurry because I was coming up to the picture area. I wanted to make sure I got my picture. But the ride was really smooth, and I actually had a lot of fun riding it. One of the things that I wanted to mention about the rides is in the past, the rides had felt quite a bit bumpy. So I don't know if it's depending on like the car that you ride in, the weather or something, but it's way smoother than it was the last time I rode it. So there's that to mention. The operators, the ride ops, it was pretty freaking quick, man. Like pretty quick, in and out. And then, so they're doing a great job. They're enforcing the mask here, even though Texas has they're pretty much lifting everything. Six Flags is still going to enforce the mask, which I think is a good thing. You know, it kind of covers their ass, so to speak. So that's pretty cool. But we're gonna head over to Runaway Mountain. Just want you to know that I can't get any footage of this ride because they won't let me record on the ride, and the ride is technically inside. So we're gonna run in here, we're gonna ride this, and then we're gonna make our way over to Shockwave, one of my favorite coasters. So let's get it, man. All right, just got off Runaway Mountain. It's pretty fun. It's a dark ride, so kind of reserved Shockwave here, so I ain't gotta wait in line. But it was a fun ride though. I love that ride. I love the third hill, as it feels like you're gonna get thrown out of your seat. There's a big pop of airtime there. That was pretty significant. So that was pretty fun, not gonna lie. That's usually the only part of the ride I actually like. The music inside the ride is meh. Nothing too crazy, but you know how that is. But yeah, it was pretty fun though. It's a dark ride, indoors, so if you're coming to the park in the summer, it'd be a chance to kind of escape the heat. Go inside. It's not very much cooler, but it's definitely more cooler than it is outside. So definitely something to think about. I'm gonna give this one a 6 out of 10. We're gonna come over here and see if we can get some shots of Aquaman Power Wave. But we're gonna sneak over here because right now the girls and the kids are all riding the kiddie coaster. So I'm gonna see if I can sneak in there and get a free credit.
Sit back, hold on tight, and enjoy your ride.
We just made it off Shockwave. Man, keep running into cool people today, dude. It's the second time. That's the second ride in a row that I went to the back car and I met somebody that was a coaster enthusiast. This is freaking, this is awesome. So, maybe it's just dope. I've been recognized by 2 different people today. So, I just want to, before I go any further, I just want to thank you guys for all the love and nice conversation. You know, it's better than just sitting in line staring at the next person with nothing to do. So it's great. Anyway, Shockwave, always been one of my favorite rides here, but it's also one of the most underrated rides here. This thing is a Schwarzkopf coaster, and this thing is old, but this thing is definitely better than Titan by far, because the airtime in this thing is insane. Like it's ridiculous. Like it's 5.9 positive G's, and then you go into like a miniature right bank turn before you get this like an insane airtime hill. And you make another left bank turn, and you get 2 airtime hills back to back. So man, that's like such a good ride. Like, and this ride is always a walk-on. So there's something about this ride in the general public that really makes people run away from it. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I think a lot of people can agree with me that this ride really needs some extra attention, man, because this ride is great. It's a phenomenal ride. It's got a lot of good elements. It's got positive G's in it. It's got a good track layout. It's got airtime. It's really not all that high or really not all that fast. It only goes about 50, 60 miles per hour, but it's still overall a better ride than Titan. And Titan gets more hype because it's taller. So if I had to rate this ride, I would give this ride an easily 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 for sure. That's That's great. Good ride. We're gonna make our way over into Gotham. Let's talk a little bit more about the park though. As I walk around the park, a lot of the things that I see is in the staff members here, the team members, they're all holding these signs that say, make sure you wear your mask. They're not like all up in your face, oh, you're not doing, you know, it's not what they're doing. They're just trying to enforce the fact that people are wearing masks. As far as the environment, this place is clean. Like, I'll show you. Look around. This place is clean. You've got cast members walking around doing what they're doing. I mean, there's not a whole lot of people here, but this place is fairly clean and operational. So, I mean, they're doing a great job of keeping this park up. There's no overflowing trash. In all fairness, it is like 12 o'clock, so we've only been here for like an hour. But if I can come in here right off from rip on a Saturday and get 5 rides within the first hour, that's saying something. Okay, that right there says that, well, flash pass for one. But even if I didn't, the ride operations are doing such a great job with moving people in and moving people out that it kind of makes people want to re-ride again, because they're creating a good environment by moving them in and moving them out. People are not really causing any ruckus because they have to wear masks or make it over their nose and the mouth and all that crap. So there's no crazy, there's no drama, no anything. So yeah, we're gonna make our way over to Gotham. That's where we're gonna find a bulk of the people. And so we're gonna look around the park and show you guys what it looks like over there. This park is, compared to last year, when I came here last year and did the review for last year, this park was trash. So it is completely not like that right now. This park is clean. People walking around, there's passion. They've got a park president that actually cares. So he's enforcing it and he's bringing a lot of things back. When we walked in today, the first thing we saw was the characters at the 60 years. We saw characters taking pictures with families and stuff like that. So that's a great opening thing. I'm actually fairly impressed that there's no events going on, but this park is still thriving above and beyond where I thought it should be. So definitely something to keep in mind. There's a lot of long lines here, but it is a Saturday, so it's something to keep in mind. But yeah, really great job, Six Flags Over Texas so far. Let's head into Gotham. Let's see what we can get into over there. So I almost forgot about one more coaster. Forgot about the SNS Free Spin Joker. Anybody that's ever watched any of my videos when I've been in the park, at any park, I hate these fucking rides, man. Like, and it's not that I'm afraid of the spinning part. It's just not fun for me. You know, it's just, I'll ride it for, you know, the credit, or, you know, if I'm doing a review, maybe it'll be different, you know, but it never is different. You know, the first time I rode it, I was like, oh, cool, this is great. I rode it again, and I was like, fucking meh. No. And then after that, it was kind of like, meh. So, there's a pretty good chance that when I ride this here in a few minutes, that I'm gonna get off the ride and I'm gonna say, on a scale from 1 to 10, I rate this ride a meh. Gotta stay positive, gotta focus on the task at hand here. I do not like SNS free spins. We're gonna come over here, we're gonna ride it anyway, because we're here for content, we're here to have fun. So there might be people out there that actually love these rides. Nothing against you, it's just my personal preference. My personal preference is I like high intense roller coasters, high intense rides, airtime, Mr. Freeze, anything really, really intense. I seem to really thrive and really love those. So we're gonna come over here and we're gonna ride Joker. We'll see when it's done. I swear, man, it's like this ride knew I was talking trash about it, so it'll be the one good ride that I get on it. That's funny. That was actually pretty fun. Of course, there's a kid sitting next to me. I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. Poor little man, dude. He did it anyway though, but he's pretty cool. He said, oh my God, this is so awesome. I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool. So it's pretty great that somebody for their first time can be scared, can kind of put me in a good mood and kind of make the ride really good. The thing that I recognize the most about this ride that I think is probably the only good element that I could really think right off the top of my head is probably the lift hill. It's unlike any other lift hill in the park because the lift hill, as you're going up, you're kind of just swinging. You're not meandering there, but you're kind of just swinging and dangling. And if you want to make it a little bit more intense, like I do, what I do is I just rock back and forth as I'm going up the lift hill. So that way when it takes off, it spins a lot more. So that makes the ride more fun. That's what I did. But it was fun. It was actually a really fun ride. I had fun on it. Can't believe I'm saying this. I'm going to get so much hate in the comment section about saying this, but I actually had fun on that ride. If I had to rate that ride, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Because if I had a good ride on it, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of other people were waiting in line for hours trying to ride this thing. That right there shows that it's a really decent ride. So definitely really good, really fun. Give it a 7 out of 10. We're here in Gotham. We're gonna head over to the very first SLC, Batman the Ride. I'll be the first to say it. There's not a whole lot that aggravates me when I come to the park. But there is one thing that aggravates me more than anything. Let me show you this. This is the line for Batman. It's way the fuck over there. It's a long line, man. It's pretty damn long. I'm not gonna lie. It's right over here, right next to the entrance of the ride. See the entrance of the ride? And this is where the line is. All right, now what irks my nerves is what makes all of this a thing. They're running one fucking train, man. One train on a Saturday with 40,000 people trying to ride. One fucking train. I guess they decided to copy off Six Flags Fiesta Texas, being the fact that they were running Goliath one train for almost a year. So maybe there's something wrong with the other car. So maybe that's why they're running one train. Anyway, enough of that rant. The ride itself, I rode it in the front. It was pretty dope. It's pretty fun. The operations of the ride is pretty bad because, like I said, they're only running one train. So the in and out process is pretty slow. That's why the line is so long. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably about a 3-hour wait, 2.5, 3 hour wait, because they want one train, run the course, come back, unload, run it again. It's just such a slow process. So there's that. The ride experience itself, I'm not a big fan of these over the chest bar B&M restraints. They do a number on your shoulder. But it's still a fun ride though. It's still a fun ride. It's still a great ride. So if I had to guesstimate, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10, man. And it probably would have been moved up to an 8 had it been like, you know, the operations hadn't been running so meh right now. So there's that. Normally I'd be really excited to get off already and come over here. But for the first time since I've been in this park, Mr. Freeze is down. Mr. Freeze is down. I don't know why. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back to Mr. Freeze later when it's open and running, because they're gonna run it, because it's probably one of the premier rides here at the park. Come back and ride it. We'll get the review for it then. But yeah, let's do it. Freeze. Woo-hoo. Man, gotta go again, but man, it's just too much fun. Anyway, we're gonna come back to this thing when it's dark. This thing just like insanity slaps every time. Best ride in the park right here. Launch is smooth, ride is smooth. Recommended to ride this thing in the backpack. If you don't ride it in the backpack, then you're doing it wrong. Just saying. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10, man. That is a great ride. I don't know, one of my favorites here. That's fucking fun. That'll get your adrenaline going and make you excited and have fun all at the same time. 9 out of 10, baby. Alright, man, that's gonna do it for us here, man. Very successful day. It's closing time, man. It's about 7:25. So we're just gonna call it, man. We very successful day today. Park View is, I mean, it's not bad. Park was open for 9 hours today, and I was able to get about 24, 25 rides today. That's not counting the flat rides. So that's a pretty successful day on a Saturday. The park was packed. El Diablo was down all day, but then again, who really cares about El Diablo? Not moi. Mr. Freeze went down for a few hours. They had some problems like Mr. Freeze does every now and then. I'm trying to think. I can't really remember any other problems operations-wise that would have been brought down. The kid rides were ridiculously long lines. On just about every single kid ride, man, there was a line from here as far as the eye can see. It was insane. So it's a good thing we got all the smaller rides done when we first got here, because if we hadn't, then we'd still be waiting in line. Lunch was good. It wasn't too bad. The park's still pretty clean. For the first official day of, you know, a new season starting, the park actually ran pretty damn good. Really good day. I was able to go on Mr. Freeze. I got my Mr. Freeze night ride. I just got off of that. And unfortunately, if you're into night rides and you really want to get something done, best thing to do is either, man, this weekend, that's it. This tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day on night rides for a while, because they'll only be open on the weekends until like May, I think, and then they'll open back up when school's getting ready to let out. But until that time comes, it's just gonna, daylight saving time starts next weekend, so it'll start getting, it'll get darker later. So the later it is, the more light will be outside. So, like, it's dark right now and it's like 7:30, so it'll still be light outside around this time. So unless the park extends their hours, there's no chance of night rides. Six Flags did say that they were going to keep up the mask policy, even though the governor stated that the masks were not required. But even though the governor stated that, you know, they're lifting COVID restrictions, they're not going to mandate any mask or anything like that. Six Flags is still going to require masks inside the parks and on the rides. But that's not what I'm looking into. The mask thing has kind of become a routine for us now. What I'm more looking forward to is the capacity limits. If Six Flags runs at 100% capacity, like runs actually at normal, but the only COVID thing that they're going to be really doing is the mask, then that gives a big chance financially for Six Flags. So it's really dope. With it being 100%, they might open their hours back up to what they originally were. So it's definitely something to think about, something to look into, and something we'll kind of be keeping an eye on to kind of see what they're doing. And as soon as we find out, we'll definitely let y'all know. But yeah, man, the park is great. They didn't have individual character meet and greets, but they did have them stationed up here at the front for picture opportunities. So that was a really good thing by Six Flags for the park president to do. That was pretty dope. Yeah, and they had like 3 or 4 different live bands performing. So yes, overall it's been a great day. All right, so we're on our way to the Grinch, who stole Six Flags. But I had a good time. You know, overall it was a good time. The park looks really nice. But I'm still a firm believer that Judge Roy Scream should go. That fucking ride, that thing sucks. It's got to go. You got to put like something else in there.
Wonder Woman?
Yeah, put a Wonder Woman, a Raptor ride there or something. Another RMC. You know, not some rinky-dink out and back coaster that's been here since Jesus walked the earth. But yeah, man, if I had to rate this park based on operations and everything that we experienced today, I'd probably give it about a fat 8, 8.5. We'll go with an 8. We'll go with an 8 because Batman was running one train and there were a few rides that were down throughout the day. So we're gonna go with an 8. So that's gonna do it here, man. We're about to get some food because I am freaking hungry, man. Yeah, he's hungry too, but of course this is like the human garbage disposal. He's always hungry. Peace.